I'm back. Me.
Yeah.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, how are you? My name is Alyssa, and I run this sad channel because I have not uploaded in a while, which is an ongoing theme for this channel. So we're just going with it. I actually filmed a video like 2 weeks ago of like once I got back from Vancouver and everything I got, and then I was like editing it and I was like, well, I don't want to edit this, so I didn't. Therefore I did not upload. And so I thought I would just get back into it like I do. And with some changes, which I'm pretty excited about. So change number one is I only have one Instagram account now. You can follow me at Alyssa. That's it. That's all I have. That's going to be all of... Hello. That's gonna be all my horse photos, all my regular lifestyle photos, and just everything in between. And I'm so freaking excited to be able to share everything on just one account. I had to, and it wasn't my thing. I just wasn't keeping up. And so I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so I said to myself, Alyssa, you don't have to. So I'm not. So just one. Oh, hello, buddy. Why don't you go lay on the bed? Mommy's working. Mommy's trying to make a living. So another change, which I don't know if I'll like have it done by this point or not, is I'm changing my YouTube name, as well as probably like maybe I don't know. I'm changing my YouTube name to just Alyssa. So everything across the board can just be Alyssa, and that's like the one place that you can find me. And I know a lot of you might be like, well, why do you still have like Equine in your name? Because I'm so passionate about horses. I know it's not gonna stop. But I just feel like I want to be able to incorporate like my lifestyle and some just regular photos and kind of be one of those like equestrian lifestyle kinds of people. So that's kind of where I'm transitioning, especially because, you know, I'm not going to be competing anytime soon and, you know, the Paralympics or whatever. So it's definitely time to kind of think about where I want to go as a person and where I want to go as my brand. And so this is the direction that we're moving in, and I'm very happy about it. Change number 3, wow, like 3 little announcements. I am getting a website. I will have it up this Friday actually, so I'll actually probably link it down in the description box when I get it by that point, even though this video will be up before that goes live. But yeah, it's just gonna be like the one-stop shop for me, basically. It's gonna have my blog, all my info, what I'm doing, what I'm up to, and I just think it's gonna be so freaking awesome. And I've been like trying to get this going and working for quite a bit, so it's finally happening. Hopefully like we can do it when it's time. Long intro, but there we go. So for today's video, I wanted to tackle something that I get a lot of questions about and have gotten a few requests for, and that is my amputation story. I get questions every day. How'd you lose your leg? Why don't you have a leg? You know, I get them. Oh, and like my hands too, which is all, it's just kind of all part of it. So I thought I would go into that today, especially just because it's such a big like thing. Like it's me, it makes me who I am. Like obviously, like I'm just a normal person, but like, you know, everyone knows me kind of, I think, I don't know, because of my prosthetic. Like that's kind of like how I'm identified, I guess. And that makes sense. Like, oh, it's Alyssa, the girl with the one leg. Like, you know, I don't know. So I'm just going to dive right in and get to it. So to put it blankly, I was born with a rare congenital condition or disease, whatever you want to call it, called paraxial tibial hemimelia. I know that is a mouthful. I have said it so many freaking times, so I think that's just paraxial tibial hemimelia. That's what I got. That's what I do. This literally happens to 1 in a million people. Like, it is so freaking rare that it is super hard to diagnose. So when it is diagnosed, it's like, yeah, this is it. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Like, it's It's not common, basically, and I know 2 other people with it. 2. That's it. But there's like different like severities of it, if that makes sense. So I don't know what I got. So anyways, so I was born with this condition, and I was originally born in Ukraine. I was born in the town of Mariupol, shout out. What we know from like my birth certificate and just kind of, I don't know, was that my mother was super, super young, probably still in her teens. So she probably, you know, didn't want me anyways, or not didn't want me, but didn't have a way to take care of me the way that a person should be taking care of a baby. And so add to that the fact that I was born without my leg, you know, she was probably freaking out. I'd be freaking out too, because, you know, I mean, I don't know much about like Ukraine or Russia, and I don't know what kind of like medical technologies they had, like if she had ultrasounds, if they could see that, if they even knew that I was like, I don't know. But long story short, she did give me up at birth, and I lived in the hospital for the first year of my life, basically just fighting to stay alive. At the orphanage, they told my parents that, you know, the doctors didn't think I would make it past a year. And so, you know, that's scary. Little me. To just, you know, think that, you know, I might have not, you know, made it, which is fine. I'm here. So that's all that matters. So after, you know, I made it a year, I was transferred to the orphanage, which I was adopted from, and I can't remember the name of it. I know it was in Kramatorsk. I think that's the city. I don't know. Don't fact check me. Oh my God. So yeah, so I was sent to this orphanage, and then I got adopted when I was 4 years old and brought to the U.S. So once I came to the U.S. And we got proper medical care, they were able to diagnose me. They were able to diagnose me properly, and that's how they found out that I have this super rare condition. So now that we're at this point, you're probably like, Alyssa, what the heck is your condition? So paroxysmal tibial hemimelia means, gosh, I don't even know. Basically means that you are born without your tibia. And if you don't know, your tibia is your lower large leg bone. So you have your tibia and your fibula. And the more common one is paroxysmal fibular hemimelia, which a lot more people get, obviously not a ton, but so paroxysmal tibial hemimelia is a super rare one because you're missing like your main lower leg bone. Some other key factors that made this diagnosis more like, yeah, this is what it is because of my hand. So if you see, I only have 4 fingers, and I'm also missing some of my wrist bones. I think you're supposed to have like 10 to 12 wrist bones, and I have 2. So like 2 or 4. They're basically non-existent. I don't know how these work. But yeah, so that kind of was like yeah, she has it because of all the like side effects. Is that what? Like the add-ons? I don't know. I was diagnosed with that. And so the thing with my hand, so 4 fingers, so you can't really see it in this one, but if you look on x-rays, you can see my middle knuckle conjoins with my ring finger knuckle. And on this one, you can see that my middle knuckle is right here and my ring finger knuckle is right here. So it just kind of, yeah, and this just popped out when I was like 7 or 8. Like it used to never be there, and then just like showed up one day, and I was like, what? Super interesting, fun fact. So my hands are, I mean, they're pretty normal. They do some weird things. So especially with this little pointer finger. So if you see, it's straight, and now is completely to the side. And I don't know why that like happens, why I don't have joints in those fingers, but it is what it is, so we're going with it. So when I was born, so I obviously had my femur, and then because I didn't have my tibia, I obviously didn't have a real lower leg bone that could obviously make my leg straight. So I have like a curve to my leg, if that makes sense. And also my foot had 6 toes. Fun fact. So my leg like curved in kind of, so I couldn't walk on it. I kind of just crawled everywhere and just, yeah, I mean, I lived life the best that I could. So once we actually got the diagnosis, the plan was to amputate my leg above my knee since I had no function of my lower leg. Obviously we did that since I now wear a prosthetic. I have been wearing prosthetics ever since that day, so when I was around 4 years old. And honestly, it's been such a good experience for the most part. Obviously there's, you know, bullying and people excluding me and just not being nice. But as far as like, I don't know, figuring things out with a prosthetic, I feel like personally I'm pretty good at it, and obviously that's because, you know, that's all I've known. You know, I have no idea how people, two-leggers, I don't know how two-leggers, you know, who have grown up their whole lives walking on 2 legs and then they lose a limb, you know, whether it be an arm or a leg, I can't even begin to imagine how they have to, you know, function and learn. They have to learn everything again. And so I'm really lucky and just really blessed that I had it from the start. And I think that really gave me just an advantage maybe and just a better outcome, I feel like, just because I can walk so well. I can have figured stuff out that, you know, other amputees might not. And so, you know, I just live my life as regularly and as normal as possible. And that's all you can do, you know. I mean, this is definitely not something that, you know, holds me back or makes me feel bad about myself or anything, because, you know, I'm a human first, you know, human amputee. Like, the amputee comes second to me being a person. And so I'm just here living my little life. So I hope that answered some of your questions about my amputation. I know this wasn't super in depth. If you want more videos or like a Q&A about it, I am totally up for it. But I thought I would just make a video to get it out there so you guys get, you know, the main like facts and like this is what I have, you know, and just so like you know, because I know I do get a lot of questions and I've been meaning to make this video for a while now. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Leave me a comment of what you want to see next. And I'm going to keep making YouTube videos, whether it's regularly or sporadically. I'm here. I'm doing it. I don't know. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.